Hello all, welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. From today, we are going to learn about the Jenkins. If you are the new on my channel, please do subscribe the channel. Uh, please like and share this video with your friends who wanted to learn the Jenkins. I already started the two playlists, one for the Linux and one for the shell scripting. If you don't know the Linux and shell scripting, please go and watch those videos first in my channel. Then you can watch the Jenkins. Let's begin with the Jenkins. So what is the Jenkins? Jenkins is the continuous integration and continuous deployment tool. Means it is a CI/CD tool. CI/CD tool. In the market, we have so many CI/CD tools. In that, we have the popular one is the Jenkins. What is meant by CI and what is meant by CD? CI is nothing but the continuous integration. Means when the developer will develop the code, that code should be integrated to each other and it should be work properly once it is integrated to each other. Whenever we started working on the some project, for example, you can take the one example of the project. You can take any example. In the project, we have the front end, or we can call it the web layer, right? Second, we have the business layer. Third, we have the data layer. You can take any project. We have these three layers in the any project, right? Front end developers are work on the front end like login page, payment page, purchase page, or cards. Whatever we can see in the front end means whenever we log in into the any web page, we see the some landing page, right? Inside the landing page, whatever we look that is developed into the front end that you can develop in the HTML. You can develop that into the JavaScript. So any language, or you can develop it into the PHP. In the business logic, we can develop the processing. For example, you done some payment. So that payment process will be developed in the business layer. So that business layer you can develop into the any language like Java, .NET, PHP, or you can develop into the Python. So in the any language you can written the code for the business layer. In the data layer, database engineers are work in the data layer and they develop the our data layer, right? In the any project, these layers will be present. So whenever we get some project, we do some planning and we divide that project into the multiple layers, right? And multiple developers are work on these three layers. So those developers will work in individually and they test their code individually in the initial day. When these peoples means web developers or Java developer or .NET developers will be implement the business layer. These peoples are work in individually and they test their code in individually in initial days. But when, for example, you wanted to deliver your project after 1 year, so these peoples will be start working from today, and after, for example, they completed their coding after 7 months or 8 months, then tester will be test this code. Once all the test cases are done, then only we can deliver that code to our customer, or we can deploy that code into the production environment. This is the complete process. But in this for this process we can call the big bang process. Okay, in this process we can integrate these three layers code inside each other, that after 6 or 7 months, If integrations are nothing but the mixing these all the components together, right? Means these components are work together or not. If it is not work, then our integrations will be fail. If the integrations are failed after 6 or 7 months, then it's very hard to find out the issues cause, right? In initial days, these teams are works individually and test these works individually when we need to deliver our projects. They will integrate these works and test after few months. This is called the Big Bang theory, right? In the above approach, we have the problem. If we face any issue with the code, then we have to look into the all the code. So if we face the issue in any layer, right? So we have to look all the code where and we have to find out the issues. But it's difficult because our complete coding will be done. It's very difficult to fix the issues. But nowadays, we are started the implementing the projects in the agile methodology, right? So we divide that project into the small components and small task. We started working on the small task based on the priority, and we can integrate our work together from the day one. Means whenever the developer develop the code and commit the code into the repository, we start the integration. If we know that code will be fail in the initial day, it will not integrate to each other and it will not work. Then also we are integrating and started testing. Here is in this case we have the one advantages, means we can get the issues faster, and if it is fail faster, we can fix the issues faster. In the initial days, these integrations are happen manually, but nowadays we have the so many integration tools. From that, we have the popular integration tool is the Jenkins. Jenkins. Okay. Jenkins is an open source tool, which is developed initially. We can call the Jenkins as a Hudson. That Hudson company has managed to the Jenkins. But once the Oracle has purchased the Hudson, so CloudBee company has implemented the Jenkins as open source, and also they has implemented the Jenkins as enterprise edition also. In the open source, we will not get any support from the CloudBees, but if you have the enterprise edition of the Jenkins, you can get the support from the your CloudBees, and they will resolve the issues if you have any issue in the your Jenkins environment. So that is the major difference between the open source and enterprise edition. Okay. Now, so we will understand the CI/CD. What is meant by CI and CD? CI is nothing but the continuous integration. Means whenever the developers start developing the code, they push their code into the any repository. Like here we will follow the Git repository. Means developer develop their code and they push the code into the Git repository. Once they push the code into the Git repository, we will start integrate our code. Once it is integrated, we can create the package. For example, we understand this process into the our what is the DevOps, right? But here we will once again we will understand. Here means developer develop the code and they push the code into the Git repository. Once they push the code into the Git repository, we will build and package the code. We will build and package the code using the build tool. Like if we are using the if you are writing the code into the Java with Maven, so we have the Maven build tool. If we are writing the code into the .NET, so we have the .NET build tool. So if we are developing the code into the Node.js, we have the npm build tool. So with that help of that tools, we can build the package. Once that package is developed, we can push that code into the Artifactory. Artifactory. Okay, once once this package the code and push into the Artifactory, so we will create some environment for test the code, right? For we will create some dev environment, or we will create the QA environment, or we have the PP environment, and we have the production environment, right? We have to deploy this code. First we will deploy code into the dev environment, then we will run some test cases on top of that our code. Once those test cases are okay, then we will move code into the QA environment. In the QA environment we will run the performance test, or we can run the integration test. Then if it is okay, then we will move code into the PP environment. In the PP environment we will run again some test cases. If everything is okay, then we will keep that code for some days into the PP environment. Then we will release that code to the production. So to do this complete process, we need some tools. Like for example, we need the tool Jenkins. We need the tool Git. If we are working with the Maven with Jenkins, then we need some build tool like Maven. Then we will analyze the code using the static code analysis. Static code analysis. Here we will learn the sonar cube, sonar. Then we will run the JFrog for maintain the artifacts. For creating the environment, we need Terraform, right? So these all the tools are integrated to the Jenkins, and we can automate these all the components from starting to the end. Means developer will be develop the code, they will push the code. Once they push the code, our Jenkins job will be triggered. Our Jenkins job will be triggered, and it will build the package. That package will be analyzed using the sonar cube static code analysis. If our code is not okay, then our job will be terminate. Then once that everything is okay, means our code is the okay, then only we can create the package, and then we will push that package into the JFrog Artifactory. Then we will create the environment using the Terraform, and we can deploy the code into the development environment for test the test cases. So this complete flow we can do using the CI/CD tool. CI is nothing but the continuous integration. CD is nothing but the continuous delivery or deployment. In the continuous delivery, or deployment. What is the difference between the continuous delivery and deployment? If we are deploying code, dev, QA, and PP, and production environment, we deploy the code. Until PP, if we are deploying the code using the Jenkins, that we can call the continuous delivery. Means continuous delivery means we can deploy our code until the PP. If we are deploying the code until the production, so we can call the continuous deployment. Means we can release the code to the customer. That is called the continuous deployment. So that's it from my end today. In the next class, we will in the next session, we will understand how to install the Jenkins, then how to build our code, and how to package our code, so using the Maven tool. So that's it from my end today. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my video, please do subscribe, share this video with your friends. Thank you. Hello all, welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. Today we are going to discuss about the how to install the Jenkins in the Ubuntu server. and also how to set up the one sample freestyle job in the Jenkins. If you are the new on my channel, please do subscribe the channel and please share this channel with your friends who wanted to learn the DevOps and also who wanted to learn the Linux and shell scripting. Thank you. Let's begin the Jenkins installation. For installing the Jenkins, we need the one Ubuntu machine. You can create the Ubuntu machine anywhere. You can create the Ubuntu machine in the Amazon. You can create the Ubuntu machine in the Azure, GCP, or you can create the machine into the physical server also. Okay. Then prerequisite for installing the Jenkins is the JDK. We are installing the JDK 17. Then we will install the Jenkins into the Ubuntu server. So let's create the Ubuntu machine into the AWS. Log in into the AWS server. So create the one EC2 machine here. I am giving the name. Give the any name. I am giving the demo. Select the image where you wanted to install your Jenkins. I am installing the Jenkins into the Ubuntu machine. Just click on that image. For installing the Jenkins, T2 micro is the enough. But if you are installing the Jenkins into your organization based on your requirement, so you can select the instance type. Now, if you have the key already created, you can select that key or you can create the new key pair here. So I have the so many key pairs here. I'm selecting the one key pair here, or you can create the key pair your own. Just click on the launch instance. So it will create the Ubuntu machine into the AWS. So wait until your VM is created. It is in the pending state. So once your instance state is running, just you can log in into the server, click on this, click on the connect and select this example. Then search the PowerShell, log in into the PowerShell, go inside the download folder, then paste your example. Let's understand this command. SSH is the command, -i means identity. Here we are passing our PEM key, Jenkins _ Linux is our PEM key, then Ubuntu is our username, and then this is the host name here. Okay, just press enter. So it will ask yes or no, just you can type the S and enter for login into the Ubuntu machine. Just I had logged into my Ubuntu server. I will increase the font. Okay. For installing the Jenkins, if you don't know how to install the Jenkins, just go to the browser and search Jenkins installation. So you will get the official documentation. In the official documentation, it has given the so many installation types. We can install the Jenkins into the Docker. We can install the Jenkins into the Kubernetes. We can install the in Linux. We are going to install the Jenkins into the Linux. Click on the Linux and in the Ubuntu. So here you have the two types of releases. Here we have the long-term support release and weekly support release. Long-term support release is the stable one, and weekly support release is it is not stable. When you are practicing, just you can select the long-term support, or you are installing the Jenkins into your organization also, you can select the long-term support release only. So these are the steps to install the Jenkins. But before installing the Jenkins, we have to install the Open JDK 17. right? For that, I had created the documentation for installing the Jenkins. So that documentation is available into the my GitHub repository. My GitHub repository is the github.com/cloud DevOps Guru 123. Inside that you have the DevOps notes. Inside that you have the Jenkins installation notes. Okay. For installing the Jenkins, first we have to update the Ubuntu packages. Just copy it and paste it here. So it will update the Ubuntu package repository into the Ubuntu server. Okay. Once update that packages, copy the OpenJDK installation command and paste it here. It will install the JDK 17 into the Ubuntu server. If you don't know how to install the packages, just you can go and watch my Linux video about the package manager. So it will take some time. Once install the Java, you can check that is installed properly or not with running the java-version. So now you can see it is showing the your package is installed successfully. In your server, you have the Java 17. If you get this one, then your Java is installed successfully. After that, you have to add the package into the repository for installing the Jenkins. Just copy this one and paste it into the your Ubuntu server. So it will add the package entry into the your Ubuntu repository. Okay, then you have to update it. Once update your packages, you have to run the apt install Jenkins. So it will take a few time to install the Jenkins into your server. So it is taking some time to install the packages. Once it is installed, we will check the status of the our daemon. For check the status, you just run the systemctl status. Our daemon name is the Jenkins. So now you can see our Jenkins is active and up and running. If your Jenkins is not up and running, just you have to run the command for start the Jenkins. So it is up and running. Because of that, I'm not running that. Just if you wanted to start it, you can run either start or you can run the restart Jenkins command. Okay. Once it is done, for accessing this, our Jenkins service is running on the 8080 port number. So just if you wanted to check that, ps-ef grep Jenkins, it will give the process Jenkins process into our server. Now you can see our process is running and its port number is the 8080. Okay, but when you are using the Amazon EC2 machine. In the Amazon EC2 machine, by default 8080 port is not enabled. So for enabling it, you have to enable that into the security group. Okay, click on the EC2 instance, go to the security. Here we have the security group. Inside that only 22 port is enabled. Click on the security group. Click on the inbound rule and click on the edit inbound rule. Here you can add the rule for access the 8080 port from anywhere. So it will allow you to access this Jenkins server from anywhere in the world. So now go to the EC2 instance, click on the EC2 and select the public IP address of your EC2 machine. Then http your IP address, public IP address, then :8080. Now here you can see it is given the administrator password, temporary administration password in this location. Just copy this location and go into your server and paste it. Sudo cat, paste it. It will give the temporary administration password for the Jenkins. Just copy it and paste it here. Then you will get this prompt. In this prompt, you have to select the install suggested plugins. So when you select this, it will install all the suggested and required plugins into your Jenkins server. So it will take some time to install all the required plugins. Here you can give the any name. I will give the name as a DevOps. You can give the password, any password. Confirm your password. Then give the full name here. Whatever you wanted to display. Full name is I am giving the DevOps. santosh@gmail.com. Then save and continue. I will keep this URL and save and finish. Now you can see our Jenkins installation is ready. Then start using. Click on the start using. Now this is the landing page for your Jenkins server. Okay. Just as of now, we install the Jenkins server and or browse the Jenkins page. For access your Jenkins, so just you have to copy your public IP address of your EC2 machine and :8080. Okay. Now we will create the one sample freestyle job. So we have the different kinds of jobs into the Jenkins, but today we will understand how to create one sample freestyle job for print the present working directory. So click on the new item. Here you have the different types of jobs. Here we have the freestyle job, pipeline job, multi-configuration project, folder creations, multi-branch pipeline. Different kinds of jobs are available into the Jenkins. Those jobs we will learn while going further. Okay, just you can give the any name here. Test is the my job name. Click on the freestyle and click on the OK. Just give the any description here. I will give the description as a test and go to the build step here. Click on the add build step and click the execute shell. Just I wanted to run the pwd and also I wanted to know the username. Just save it and click on the build now. So it will start building the our job. Now you can see my job is successful. Click on the job. So it will give the console output to the that job. Now you can see my present working directory is the where lib Jenkins workspace and test, and my user is the Jenkins. Whenever we install the Jenkins, so it will create the by default as a Jenkins user, and its by default home directory is the where lib Jenkins. This is the home directory for the our Jenkins user. So that's it from my end today. Please be practice how to install the Jenkins and how to create the freestyle job into the Jenkins. Today just we understand this part. So first of all, going further, just we will understand the conceptually and basics of the Jenkins. Then we will go further how to write the pipelines for the any project for automate the Jenkins pipeline for the CI/CD. That's it from my end today. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my video, please do subscribe and share this video with your friends. Thank you. Hello all. Welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. Today we are going to discuss about the how to build Maven sample project step by step manually. So whenever you are started working on any project, so if developer comes to automate some process, then as a DevOps engineer, you have to sit with the developer and you have to understand how that packages will be developed, how they are executing their commands. Those complete process we have to understand to automate anything. If you know manually any automation, then only you can do the automation. If you don't know the manual steps, so you can't do perfectly automation using the Jenkins or any automations. So first you have to remember, you have to collect the manual data, means how their developers are building the any project. For example, you take a Maven project. So in the Maven, developers will be develop their code and they push into the code into the Git repository, right? Once they push and they will start building that project, means that project is working properly or not. They build their jar package and they will test their jar package in the local system. So if you don't know how to build the any project, so you have to interact with the developers and you have to gather that information, gather that steps, how they are doing or how they are building that their packages. Then you have to automate that in the Jenkins. So first of all, we will understand how we can identify the Maven project. We take one sample Maven project and then we will start running some Maven goals. Maven goals are the First, we will understand compile. Then second, we will understand the test. Third one is the package. Fourth one is the clean package. Then install. So these some of the goals we will run manually, and we will understand what will happen if we run the specific goal of the Maven. First of all, we will take one sample project from the any GitHub open source project. Okay, I had taken one sample project. For that, I had created one documentation for how to build the one sample project using the Maven. So you can go into the my GitHub repository. My GitHub repository is the GitHub slash Cloud DevOps Guru 123 slash. Inside that, I have the DevOps notes. Inside the DevOps notes, I have the notes for the building the Maven project. So that notes name is the build Maven sample project manually step by step. Okay. Before start the building, if you are new on my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Share this channel with your friends. And if you like my video, please like and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Let's begin the building the sample Maven project. So here for do this practice, you need one Ubuntu machine. Inside that machine, you have to install OpenJDK 17. Then you have to install Maven 3.9.0 is the prerequisite. You can install 3.9 above anything. If you install the below the 3.9, what will happen we will see first. Okay, then you need the git. So let's log in into the our server. I had logged in the server. If you don't have the server, please create the server anywhere in the Amazon, Azure, GCP, or in the physical server or virtual machine for practice these steps. Okay, now first of all, I will check git is present in my server or not. For check that, you can run the git hyphen version. Then I had already installed the Java, but we will check using the git version. I had installed the Java while installing the our Jenkins. Okay, and git is present, Java is present. Now I have to check Maven is present or not. For check the Maven, we have to run the mvn-v. Now we are not having the Maven inside our server. So if we are not having the Maven, it is given the some command to install the Maven. So just copy it, paste it, install the Maven first. So it is installing the 3.6.3. We required the 3.9.0 and above, but now you can see here it is installed the 3.6.3, but we required the 3.9.0. So how we can install that, we will see that going further. But first we will try to build the package using the 3.6.3. So then what will happen, we will check. Okay, so create one folder here, mkdir maven underscore test is my folder. Okay, go inside the Maven test folder and clone your project here, sample project. This is my sample project. Copy this one. This is only sample hello world project, Maven project. Okay, run the git clone. How we can identify is this Maven project or not? Here I had the sample project. Click on this in the GitHub. Now, if you have the pom.xml inside your project, this is called the Maven project. Inside the pom.xml, you have the information about the how to build that, which version it is built. So those complete information will be given in the pom.xml. Wherever you have the pom.xml, so once you clone your project in your server, so it will create the one directory with your project name. Okay, go inside that directory in the project directory. Now do the ls. Here you can see pom.xml is available in the root directory, right? Wherever you have the pom.xml, you have to run your Maven goals inside that directory only. So now I will run the mvn compile for compile the project. So now you can see it is compiling the project, but it is failed. Why? So now you can see here it is giving the information detected Maven version 3.6.3 is not in the allowed range. So in the allowed range, it is needed 3.8.6 or above. So I just had given the information that we required to build this project 3.9.0 or above. So if you run any goal, so it will not execute that goal because your project is built in the Maven 3.9.0. So now you can see you are getting the issues. For fix this issue, we have to install the 3.9.0. So here, first of all, I will install the Maven. Go to the /opt. How to install the Maven? I already mentioned into the documentation, in our documentation. Okay. Now you can see, go to the /opt and copy this one for download the Maven. Paste it here. Wget command will be download the any package. Okay, then we have to extract that package. Now you can see this package is extracted. Then we have to create the soft link for that directory. So it has created the link. Now I have to update the environment variables into the profile.d. So you can write environment variables into the etc environment for means Java environment variables or Maven environment variables or any environment variables which will reflect to whole server. And if you created the environment variable in the etc profile.d also, it is reflected to complete whole server. But instead of doing the etc environment, I am creating the environment variables into the etc profile.d sudo paste it, just copy these lines and paste it into the your server. Save and exit. Oh, sorry, this line is not required. Just you have to give the environment variables here. Then you have to run the source command for reflect it. First of all, it is giving the permission, execute permission to the script. Then you have to run the source command for reflect without restart your server. Now Maven 3.9.6 has installed into your server. Just check, is it installed or not? mvn-v. Now you can see it has installed the 3.9.6. Now we will build our package. Maven test. Inside that we have our simple project. Go inside that project. We have the pom.xml in the root directory. Now you can run the mvn compile. Now you can see this compile step is successfully built, right? When we have the 3.6.3, it is failed. But when we install the 3.9.0, so it is built. Means whenever you are working with any project, you have to get the information about the which package they need to build their project. Okay, if you are not installed the proper or correct packages in your server, then it might be fail. That is not your mistake, but you have to sit with your developer and you have to discuss with him and you have to get the proper information from the developer. Okay, now when we done the compile, mvn compile, it will generate the .class file. Okay, after compilation, next goal is the test. When we run the mvn test, it will run the unit test cases into your server on top of your project. So now you can see your test cases are run. Here you can see test run to failure 0. Here you can see test runs to failure 0, error 0 and skip 0. So in this way, test cases are run. Okay. Now, after this, I wanted to build the package. So for building the package, we have to run the mvn package goal. So whenever you run the mvn package, it will create a jar file or var file of your project. So now here it is given the information where our jar file is created. Now you can see that information has given the our build step. Now go inside that where it is saying inside the sample Maven app, we have the target. It is created the target folder. Inside the target folder, it has created the my app 1.0 snapshot.jar. So this is our jar file, which we will create and which we will build that and create the package. This package we will deploy into the some environment. You can assume this is the complete project. We had taken this is only hello world project, but when you are working with in the real world, so you will get the some complete project that you have to deploy into the some environment. So you have the environments like dev environment, QA environment, PP environment and production environment. You have to take this jar or var file, you have to push into the some artifactory. From there you have to get that package and you have to deploy that package into the some environment like a dev environment or QA environment, PP environment or production environment. On top of this package, so testers will be run their test cases like integration test, performance test. Those all test cases will be run on the some environments like a dev environment or QA environment. Okay, so here you see in your package has built, right? And also inside the sure file report, here your test cases are built here. Means test cases result is built into the sure file report. Okay, now come back. Once again we will run the mvn clean package. Now when we add the clean package, so it will delete the target file, then it will start complete process. It will compile, it will test, and it will package the completely. So you can see so it has build fresh artifact. Okay, in this way we had run the compile. So this is the complete flow. First it will run the if you run the package also, so it will run, first compile it, then it will test, then it creates the package. So the package might be a jar, packet might be a var, anything, whatever mentioned into the your pom.xml. Okay, if you run the mvn clean package, so it will delete the target folder and run the complete process like compile, test, and package. So if you run only package, it's maybe it will not download the complete dependencies. It will directly run the package command. But if you run the clean package, means it will remove everything, then it will start freshly and it will compile it, test it, and create the package. Now last goal is the install. Okay, whenever you run the install mvn install or mvn clean install, so it will run these all steps, plus it will copy your package into the .m2 folder. Maven's home directory is the m2 folder. Means wherever we set our home directory, maven home directory, m2_home, that is our maven's home directory. There it will install your package and dependencies. So in this way you can run your maven goals manually. If you know the how to build the packages, how to compile your package, how to test your package, if you know the manually, it is very easy to automate those process into the Jenkins. So now you know you know how to build that project manually, right? So whenever we run the package, it creates a target, and inside the target we have the our package and sure file reports. So when we get to know these all information, so when we run this manually, so before automating any process, first you know how to run it manually, then only you can automate it into the Jenkins. Okay, that's it from my end today. So just I have to deliver this concept in this session. Thank you for watching this session. If you like my video, please do subscribe the channel. Please share this video with your friends, and if you need any improvement, please do the comment into the comment section. Thank you. Hello all, welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. Today we are going to discuss about the how to automate the Maven project using the Jenkins freestyle job. Okay, before start the automation, if you are new on my channel, please do the subscribe the channel and share this channel with your friends who are needed to learn the DevOps. Okay, so I will request you guys, please watch my video from starting to the till end, then only you can understand the complete concept. Okay, let's begin the automation using the freestyle job. So whenever you are working in the project, first of all, you have to know the manual steps. First, you gather the manual steps from the developer. You are working in any project. You have to sit with the developer and you have to collect the manual steps from the developer and you have to execute that once in your any server. Okay. Once you executed, you get some steps. For example, how we can automate our any manual steps. For first we will collect the manual steps. Manual step for Maven project. Okay. First you need the URL, project URL, right? This is our freestyle job. This is our sample project. Copy it here. Then for creating the package, we need the goal, right? That goal is the we run manually mvn package, right? These are the steps to create the package of our Maven project. So when you get to know these steps, if you know them manually, if you run these commands manually, then only you can understand how these packages will be built. Okay. Now we will set up the one freestyle job using our manual step first. Login into the Jenkins server. I had just logged in. For creating the freestyle, just click on the new item, give the any name, for example test, click on the freestyle project and press it OK. Before going to understand our web console of our Jenkins, just I will do one thing, means whatever we run manually, just I will put it and we can run the manual steps. Now go to the build step and execute the shell. In the execute the shell section, you can run any commands. Okay. For clone the project, we run the git clone or project URL, right? I think you are remembering in the previous session, we executed this manually, right? Then you have to log in into the your project. Then you have to run the mvn package. These are the steps which we run manually in the previous session. Just save it and execute it. So now our project is building. So it is failed. Why it is failed? So now you can see it is detected the 3.6.0 Maven. In our server, we have the two Mavens. One is the 3.6.3 and we have the 3.9.6, right? If we are having the two Maven, then go to the configure and give the complete path of your Maven command. Here we have the Maven installed into the /opt. Inside that we have the Apache Maven. Inside that we have the bin. Here we have the Maven, right? So run the pwd command, copy this location, paste it here, Now you can build it. Again it is failed. So whenever you are creating the you are cloning the project manually, it's already exist. Because of that it is failing. So this is the drawback, but I will show you how to build that. Cd var lib Jenkins. Inside the workspace we had created the our job name. Inside that it is cloned. Sudo, I will remove it, rm-rf. Now we are not having any project inside the workspace. Okay. Whenever you run the project, it will create a workspace with your project name. Now you can build it. So it's building the our package. So now let's see, will it be success or not. Now you can see our project has success. So if you know the manual steps, it is very easy to automate without knowing the Jenkins completely also. Okay. If you don't know the manually, then you don't know the why it is failing, why it is failing the our job. So now just we had run the manual process into the Jenkins job. Before before automating that, we need here solution. For example, we have the two Mavens, Maven 3.6.3 and Maven 3.9.6 is installed into your server. If you are dealing with the multiple packages, just you have to set up that into the tool section into the Jenkins. For setting that, you have to go inside the manage Jenkins, go inside the tools, scroll down here. Here you can see Maven installation, add the Maven, click on the add Maven. Here you can give the any name. For example, I have the Maven 3.9.6. Uncheck it and give the path here, complete path of your Maven, where it is located, cd/opt Apache Maven. So this location is required here. Copy this location, / okay, and save it. Now we will set up the automation for this Maven project using the freestyle job. Create new job, give the name, any name here, sample project. Click on the freestyle, click it on OK. So we have the Git repository with us. Just you can click on the Git, copy the URL and paste it here. If you are working with the private repository, you have to pass the credential here. My branch is the master. My Git branch is the master. Then go to the build step here. Click on the invoke top level Maven target. Instead of the selecting here default Maven version, just select our version which we mention into the tools. And here you can specify the package. save it and click on the build now. Now you can see our project is building. So you can see we are successfully build our project, right? So if you need your jar package, this is the location of your jar package. In this way, you can automate any manual process using the Jenkins. If you know the manual steps properly, then automation is the very easy. So just practice manually and also using the freestyle job. That's it from my end. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my video, do subscribe the channel and share this video with your friends. Thank you. Hello all, welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. Today we are going to discuss about the triggers. So nowadays we are discussing about the concepts of the Jenkins. So how we can install the Jenkins, what is the Jenkins, we discuss about the how to set up the freestyle job in the Jenkins, how we can build the project manually. Those concepts we had seen in the previous sessions. Today we will discuss about the triggers. Please watch these videos from start to end, then only you can understand the complete concepts of the Jenkins. If you are the new on my channel, please do subscribe the channel and share this channel with your friends who wanted to learn the DevOps. Let's begin discussion about the triggers. Triggers is the very important part in the Jenkins. So in the previous session, we had set up the one freestyle job. If you wanted to build that job, you have to go inside the job and click on the build now. Then only that job will be start building. But developers want to build your job some specific time or on specific commit, so that we can schedule using the triggers in the Jenkins. Let's see how we can do that. First of all, we will configure the one sample project, how we set up in the previous session. Okay, now for setting this project, I had forked that sample project into the my repository. If you wanted to fork, you can fork inside that inside in your repo that sample project. Here we can get the authority to do the changes into that repository. Because of that, I had forked sample project into the my GitHub repository. If you wanted to do that, you can do sample Java project. Go to the any sample project which you wanted to fork. For example, this one. Just you can click here the fork. It will automatically fork inside your repository. In that way, I had forked this simple Java Maven app project into the my repository, because if you wanted to do the changes in that open source project, you are not authorized to do that. Now, if I wanted to do the any changes into this repository, then I can do, because it is available inside the my GitHub repository. I can do any changes in this sample project. Okay, so let's set up the one demo project here. Demo freestyle. Click the OK. Source in the source code management, we are using the Git. Click on the Git and get the Git URL here. Paste that URL here. We are not having any credential because it is a public. If you are using the private repository, then you have to specify the here credential. Whatever the credentials are there, those credentials you have to specify here. My branch is the master. You can give in this way, or you can Just you can give the master here. In the build step, click on the invoke top level Maven target. We have the Maven 3.9 in our system. And also we had configured that into our tools. I wanted to create the package here. In this way, we had set up this project in the previous session, right? Now, if I wanted to build this project, just I have to go here and click on the build now. Then only it will start the building our project, right? If I wanted to build it once again, so click on the build now. It has started the building that project, but here we have the manual intervention. Means whenever we wanted to build our project, we have to go inside the project and we have to click the build now. But sometimes developer wanted to do the changes and they wanted to do the build our project. So for example, developers are working in the multiple locations. For example, some developers are working in the US, some developers are working in Hyderabad, some developers are working in the Bangalore. So they are working in the different time zones. Then you are not available when they wanted to build their project. Means if you are following this approach, it's requires a manual intervention. You have to go there and you have to click on the build now for the build the project. But your developers wanted to build their every hour. Means for example, they wanted to build their project every hour or every minute or every 2 minutes or every 5 minutes. So then you have to schedule that based on their requirement. Here comes in the picture is the cron job. So I think you may know the what is the cron job. Cron job is used the uh, for scheduling the task into the Linux environment. If you understand the cron job, you can understand the easily triggers into the Jenkins. We can just schedule here the cron job for trigger the Jenkins job. Let's see how to do that. Okay, this sample project we had set up just now, right? Just go inside the configure. If you wanted to schedule this job periodically, go inside the triggers here. We have the trigger section. Inside the trigger, we have the build periodically option. Click on this. Here you can schedule your timing. For example, here it has given some examples also. Now you can go through this. Here, see, every 15 minutes it will be built if you given this expression. If you given this expression every 10 minutes, first of every hour. So you can take this example and form your required need. For example, now I wanted to build my project every 2 minutes, or I wanted to build our project every minute. So now if I specify this one, it will build my project every minute. So let's see it will build or not. Paste it here, save it. Now we will wait for the minute. So it automatically start our build or not, we will check. Let's wait for the minute. Now it's 9:43. So we will see it will trigger the job or not after 1 minute. Now you can see this is trigger the job. So in this way, it will every minute, it will trigger the new job. Let's see once again, it will trigger the job or not. Means whenever we set up the triggers, we no need to watch every time. Means no need to go and click the manually build now project, right? If we schedule this specific time, so it automatically trigger that job on that specific time, right? So now you can see it's trigger the every minute. So now I will change my configuration. Instead of every minute, I will do this every 2 minutes. Now let's see it will trigger the every 2 minutes or not. So now it's a 9:45. So just we will wait for next trigger. So it will take some time, but it's very important to understand this to schedule the specific time the any Jenkins job. Now you can see our job has triggered, right? In this way, you can schedule any time whichever you require. Okay, just go in the configuration and disable it because it will trigger the every 2 minutes. Now we will understand the syntax of this cron job or trigger in the Jenkins, right? So how we can set up that? So now you can see here. Here it has given the explanation. What is the meaning of those star, 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 right? Here you can see how many stars? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First star is nothing but the minutes. Second star is nothing but the hours. Third star is the day of month. And fourth star is the month. And fifth star is the day of week. In this way, we can set up whenever you need the trigger your job. Based on that, we can set up our expression and we can schedule our Jenkins job based on our requirement, right? So if we given the completely all stars, 5 stars, then it's trigger the every minute. If you are given the h divided by 2 means it will trigger the every 2 minutes. If you need the every 5 minutes, you can change here 5. If you need the every 15 minutes, just you can give the 15. If you require the every 20 minutes, you can give here the 20. Based on your requirement, you can do the changes here. And also here, some of the examples are given here. Based on that, you can form your required expression. Okay. Then this is for the scheduling the specific period of time. Now, so some developers are required to do the schedule our job on specific time, but some team Means as a DevOps engineer, you have to work with the multiple teams when you are working in the project. So one team is required. They wanted to trigger their job on specific time. For example, they wanted to trigger every hour or every 15 minutes or every 20 minutes. But another team has a different requirement. They need, means they are the less developers, and they wanted to trigger the job when they are push their changes into the repository. Means some developers are working on the project and they are doing some changes, and once they push their code into the Git repository, then they wanted to trigger their job. So how we can set up that into the Jenkins? Here inside the trigger, we have the poll SCM. Click on the poll SCM. Inside the poll SCM also, we will schedule the our cron job expression only. Means however we schedule for the periodic jobs, we can schedule that same way in the poll SCM. But in the poll SCM, it is a different. So I had scheduled poll SCM for every minute. Means whenever what will do the poll SCM, it will go and watch every minute to that repository. Is there any commit or not? If there is any commit in that 1 minute, it will trigger the job. If there is no commits in that repository, then it will not trigger the job. Okay, means every minute it will go and poll that repository. Means every minute it will look that repository, is there any changes into the repository? If there is any changes, it will trigger the job. If there is not any changes, then it will not trigger the any job. So just you can save it. Once you save, you can clone your repository, means your sample repository inside your um laptop for do the changes. If you fork that repository inside your git repository, then only you can get the um, authority to do the changes. Okay, now I had already cloned that into the my laptop. So just I will do some changes in that repository and I will push. For example, you can assume I am the developer, or whenever you clone that repository into the your local, then assume you are the developer. Means that developer who is doing the changes, that developer, assume you as that developer, then you can push the changes into the repository. Then you can see your job will be triggered or not. Okay, let's do that. I will create one file here as a testing. Okay, vi is not there. Just I will create using the touch. Okay, if in this way we are not able to create, just go inside that. Here I wanted to create one file, just a dummy file. Testing is my file name, and go here, git status, check the status. One file is created and in the untracked stage. For do the tracking, just you can add it, git commit -m added testing file. If you don't know how what I am doing in the git, please go and watch my git videos, then only you can understand the basics of the git. If you don't know, please watch those videos. Git commit, then you can push these changes into the your repository. Git push origin master. Now here you can see in the job we have the 5 build jobs. After push it will trigger or not, we will check. Okay, git push origin master. Yeah, my changes are pushed into the repository. Just you can see here testing.txt is there. Now we will wait some seconds to trigger the our job, because every minute it will go and check is there any comment into that repository or not. If there is a changes, it will trigger. If there is not any changes, it will not trigger the job. So it will take a few seconds, means every time it will go and pull that repository. Now you can see my job has triggered based on the commit. Okay. So in this way, you can set up the triggers based on your requirement. You can set up the trigger based on the timing, or you can trigger the job based on your commits. Means whenever the developer is commit the code, then only you can trigger your job. That's it from my end. Please do practice. These concept will help you while doing the work in the Jenkins in real scenario. So in the when you are working in the any project, I know there they will not set up the freestyle jobs. Sometimes they will set up the freestyle jobs, but mostly they will not set up the freestyle job. They will write the declarative pipeline or scripted pipelines. That also we will discuss in going further. But when we write the our declarative pipeline or scripted pipeline, we should know these basics. If you don't know these basics, if you write the directly scripting pipeline or declarative pipeline, that may or may not you will understand the concepts why we are doing that. First you can understand the concept, then only you can easily write any kind of the pipeline. That's it from my end today. Please do the practice. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please do subscribe and share this video with your friends. Thank you. Hello all. Welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. Today we are going to discuss about the Jenkins parameterized job. In the previous session, we had discussed about the how to set up the triggers based on the time and also based on the commits. Okay, in this session we will discuss about the how to set up the parameterized job in the Jenkins. This is a very important concept. Whenever you wanted to make your job dynamic, so you have to set up the parameters into the your Jenkins job. So if you are the new on my channel, please do subscribe the channel and share this video with your friends who wanted to learn the DevOps. I will request you guys, please watch this video from starting to the end, then only you can understand the complete concepts. So let's begin discussion on the parameterized job. So in the previous session, we had set up the job for build the package of Maven project. So there inside that job, just we can build the package every time. Means whenever we start build the our Jenkins job, just we can build the package. But instead of doing the package, you wanted to do first compile, or you can wanted to do the test, you wanted to do the package. Yes, of course, if you do the package, it will do the compile, it will do the test, and it will do the package also. But if you wanted to do only some specific, if you wanted to pass specific goal to your project, so how we can do that? That is possible using the parameterized job. So parameterized job can give the dynamic nature to your Jenkins job. So let's see how to create the parameters into the Jenkins job, and also how we can pass that parameters to the our Jenkins job using the parameterized job in the Jenkins. So let's log in into the our Jenkins. So create one job here, parameters, demo. Click on the freestyle, click on the OK. Now, first of all, we will understand how we can set up the parameters. Whenever you wanted to do the setup parameter in the Jenkins, here we have the option is this project is a parameterized. Just click on that. Inside this, you have the multiple options to set up the different kinds of the parameter in the Jenkins job. Here you can set up the Boolean parameters. You can set up the choice parameter. Also, you can set up the credential parameters, file parameters, multi-line string parameters, password parameters, run parameters, string parameters. So here we will understand the some options. First of all, we will understand the string parameter. Using the string parameter, we can pass any string to our Jenkins job. For example, I will set up one simple job here. I will give the parameter name is the message. And default message is the hello. Okay. And just I wanted to print the welcome message to the some user, right? If I wanted to execute any shell, just you can click on the execute shell. Here you can pass any command, any bash commands. Okay. Now I wanted to print echo dollar. Whenever you wanted to use that parameter, just you can use the dollar and that parameter name here. For example, message. Just you can confirm you are using the same, yeah, echo dollar message. Whatever I am passing there, so that message will be print inside the our output. Just save the project. So whenever you set up the general project, just you can get here the build now. But whenever you set up the parameterized job in the Jenkins, you will get here the build with parameter. Okay, let's click on the this option build with parameter. Now you can see here default value is showing here. Hello is the default value for the message variable or parameters. Just you can click it here. My job has built. So go inside the console output. Here you can see echo hello. Means it is printing the hello message. But now I wanted to print the different message. So build with parameter. Now hello, welcome to the cloud DevOps guru. Build it. Now you can see it is built. Go and check the console output. So whatever we give the message, that message will be print. So in this way we can did the our job dynamic, right? Instead of doing the static print, so we are done this job dynamic. Whatever we pass the parameter value, that parameter value will be print when we execute our job. In this same way, we can use this concept into the set up the project. For example, we will set up one new project for our sample project. Simple param project. Okay. Click on the freestyle. Okay. Now, how we can set up our simple sample project here? Just you can copy the URL of our sample project. Paste it here. We are not having any credential because it is a public repository. Our branch is the master. You can specify it or you can keep same. And we will not set up any trigger here. As of now, we will not set up trigger. If you want, you can set up. Just we discuss how to set up the triggers in the previous session. Just I wanted to execute the goal. Invoke top level Maven. Just select our Maven, whatever the Maven we are using the 3.9. Here we are specifying the package, right? Just save it. So whenever we set up this simple project, we get the build now. Means every time we can do the package only, right? So whenever we click the build now, so it will create the package. So now you can see it's execute the package and it's create the package inside this folder. But I don't want to do every time create the package. I wanted to do sometimes compile the project. Sometimes I wanted to do the test the project, or sometimes I wanted to do package the our project. So in this way, I wanted to pass the different goal to my project. So how we can do that? In the same way, however we set up the parameter for the our previous test job, so we can set up here also. Now this project is a parameterized project. We can set up here the string. Here my parameter is the goal and default value is the package. You can take the package. If you are not specify, if you are not pass any value to that parameter, then it will take the default value as the package. Okay. Now how we can call that? Just we seen in the previous session, right? In the previous example, here just you can pass your parameter here. Whenever you are using that parameter, just you can use the dollar and your parameter name. Goal is my parameter name. Save it. Once you set up your parameter into the any Jenkins job, you will get the build with parameter. So just click on that. Now you can see goal. Here you can see the default value is the package. If you are not pass or if you are not change any value, just if you click that, it will create the package with the default value. So let's see. Now you can see it's create the package, right? But I wanted to change the value. So click on the build with parameter. Just I wanted to pass the test as the goal. Click on it. Go to the console output. Test is successful. If you want to check that whatever we passing the goal, is that goal is executed or not, just you can see here in the command section mvn test is executing. If you are check the previous build, so now you can see here mvn package. So if you wanted to check is the correct goal is executing or not, so you can go here and you can check that. So in this way you can set up the parameter and create some dynamic nature to your Jenkins job here. But sometimes developers don't like to pass uh, the parameter so as a string. So here we have to change the every time. If you want to give the some choice to the developer, so now go to the configuration. We can create the choice parameter instead of the string parameter. So how we can do that? Just remove this one, add the choice parameter. Here my parameter is the goal, and here you can give the choice to the developer. First one is the compile, second one is the test, third one is the package. So based on the developer choice, he can pass the goal to our top level Maven. Okay, just save it. Click on the build with parameter. When you click on the build with parameter, here you can see you get the choice. 3 choices here. So you can select any choice and you can build the job. So now you can see. In this way, you can set up the string parameter, choice parameter, file parameter. So based on your requirement, you can set up the parameters inside your job and you can use that into your project. Here we have so many options to create the parameters. So these are some basics I wanted to discuss in this session. Please do the practice. It will very helpful while working in the real Jenkins scenarios. Just understand the concept and use this concept while writing your declarative pipeline. That's it from my end today. If you are new on my channel, please do the subscribe my channel and share this channel with your friends. Thank you. Hello all. Welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. Today we will discuss about the how to install plugins into the Jenkins. Let's begin. So whenever you are working with the Jenkins, sometimes you have to install the plugins. Sometimes that options are not present into your Jenkins job, then you have to install those plugins. For example, you are working with the Subversion. You wanted to install that Subversion into your Jenkins. So then you have to install that plugin into your Jenkins server. So once you install the Jenkins server, you will get the graphical representation into the Jenkins console, but you have to install that software into your server. Then only you can able to do that activity. For example, you are working with the Docker or you are working with the Kubernetes. You wanted to install that plugin into the Jenkins, but you need to install that software inside that server. Then only you can able to run that command or you can able to run that specific project based on the requirement. Otherwise just you have installed the plugin and you wanted to do some activity. If that software is not present inside that your server, it is not possible to do that activity with using the only plugin. If you are installing the plugin, then also you have to install the software. Let's see how to install the plugin into the Jenkins. For example, now I wanted to install the plugin as the Subversion. Just you can go to the manage Jenkins. First of all, we will see that Subversion option is available inside our console or not. Now you can see here just we have the two source code management. Only one source code management, that is the Git, and none. So now I wanted to get another one source code management, that is the Subversion. just you can go to the dashboard, manage Jenkins. Inside the manage Jenkins, click on the plugins, click on the available plugins and search here Subversion. So now you can see you get the Subversion option. Just click on it and install it. So you can see it is successfully installed the Subversion. So now here you can choose the restart option. Sometimes it will reflect safely into your console or not. If sometimes that plugin required the restart of your Jenkins server. So if you wanted to safely restart, just you can click there restart, or you can restart in the browser also. So I will show you how to restart through the browser as a restart command. Okay. So now it is restarting the Jenkins your safely. So just you had install the plugin. So now you can go to the dashboard. Click on the demo one project. Go to the configure. So whenever we are setting the demo one project, we are not having the any other option rather than the Git, right? So now let's see. You can see here Subversion option is present inside our console. So now if you are working with the Subversion, just you can get that URL and you can paste it here, and inside that server wherever you wanted to set up this project to run, so there you have to install the Subversion. Otherwise it will not work with the Subversion software. Okay, whenever we are working with the Git is present into our server, then only it will do the Git activities. Otherwise it will fail. In the previous session, whenever we were setting the Maven project, when we are wanted to create the package, right? If it is not get the Maven, it has failed. Once we set up that into the tool and we specify that with which Maven we wanted to build that project, then only it will success. Just install the plugin, it will not install the software into the server. So you have to install the software, then you have to install the plugin into your Jenkins. In this way you can install the any kind of the plugin into your Jenkins server. Now if you wanted to restart your Jenkins safely, just you can go to the browser, you can write it here the restart and press the enter. Safe restart. Oops. Oh, so now restart here. So just you can give the Jenkins URL, not with the job. I had given the restart command after the job. Because of that, it has given the issue. So there is not available the command with that job name, right? Just you can use your Jenkins URL /restart. So there it is asking about the, are you sure you wanted to restart the Jenkins? So you can press yes. So it will restart the Jenkins in the safe way. So in this way you can restart the Jenkins server. Means whenever your jobs are running after run those jobs, then only it will restart your Jenkins server. Wait until your Jenkins server is up and running. So just pass your username and password. So in this way, you can install the any kind of the plugin, and also you can restart the Jenkins server safely. So that's it from my end today. Whatever I wanted to discuss, that I had deliver in this session. So please watch this video complete, then only you can understand the whole concepts, and practice frequently, then only you can understand and you can get the grip on the subject. Thank you. Hello all, welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. Today we are going to discuss about the upstream and downstream job in the Jenkins. So if you are the new on my channel, so I had already started about the shell scripting channel, and also I have started the Linux channel in the YouTube, and also I had completed some of the video in the Jenkins. If you didn't watch, please go and watch those videos first, and then you come to the watch this Jenkins current video. Okay, in this video we will discuss about the upstream and downstream job. So this is very simple concept in the Jenkins. So whenever we wanted to achieve for example, you have the some jobs which are dependent to each other. Means you have the A job, and your A job is dependent on the B job. So first of all, you wanted to trigger the A job, then you wanted to trigger the B job. So A job is become the upstream for the B job, and B job has become the downstream for the A job. This is called the upstream and downstream. This is very useful concept in while you are working in the real world. So how it is helpful? Means for example, you are deploying the application and you are deploying the monitoring. So whenever you deploy the application, after deploying the application, you wanted to trigger the monitoring job. So in that situation, you have to configure the upstream and downstream job in the Jenkins. So let's configure that in the simple way. So how you can configure the upstream and downstream? Let's see in the practical way. So I will not do any fancy work here. Just I will create a two jobs, and one job is triggered to the another job. So just I will print the any message using the shell. Okay. So let's do the practical. So create the upstream job. Click on the freestyle. Click on the OK. This is our upstream job. So now go to the build section, execute the shell. It's just I wanted to print the shell. So if you wanted to take the any, for example, if you wanted to build the Maven job, so you can select your Git repository, and then you can use the top level Maven and build the package. Then after you wanted to trigger the any other job based on your requirement, you can use the upstream and downstream. Just I wanted to print here some message echo welcome to upstream job. Okay, save it. Let's test is this job will be work or not using the build now. Now you can see my job is working. Let's see it is printing the message or not. Go to the console. Now you can see it has printed the welcome to the upstream job. Okay, go to the dashboard. Then configure the another one job. Click on the new item. Now it's a downstream job. Okay, click on the freestyle project. Okay. I will just print it is a downstream job. Execute the shell. Echo. This is downstream job. Okay, save it and build the job for testing. Now these two jobs are working fine. So these are the separate jobs. But how you can configure the for upstream to the downstream job? Let's see. Go into the configuration in the downstream job. So now click on the build after projects are built. Click here. Type the upstream. So it has given our upstream job name. Then save it. Okay. Now upstream job has become the upstream for the downstream job. Okay. Now I will I will build the upstream job. So upstream job will automatically trigger the downstream job. So now go to the console output. Now here you can see message is printed. Then it has triggered our downstream job. So now go to the downstream job. So now here you can see this is build the second number job. So now click on the second build. So this is the downstream job. So in this way you can configure the upstream and downstream. So now go to the downstream, go to the configuration, remove the upstream job setting here. And save it. Okay. Now we will see how to set up the downstream job in the upstream job. Go to the upstream job, configure, so build this project after other projects are built. Downstream, save it. Now you can build it. Go to the console output. Now you can see it is not triggered the second job, downstream job, because we had set up the downstream job. If downstream job is triggered first, then upstream job should be triggered. So now we have set up the reverse way. Okay. Now go to the downstream. So you can build this one. So now you can see it has triggered our upstream job. Means upstream job has become the downstream for the downstream job now. So in this way you can set up however you needed in your project, you can set up the upstream and downstream jobs based on your requirement. So this is very useful while deploying the applications and monitoring. So one after another. So in that situation, it will help you. So please do practice and understand the concept and use this concept while you are working in the real world. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. If you are the new on my channel, please do subscribe and share this video with your friends. Thank you. Hello all, welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. Today we are going to discuss about the Jenkins distributed build, or we can call it as the Jenkins master and node. So, for example, your organization is working on the multiple projects. Okay, in the multiple projects, they are working on the different platform. Like they are working on the Java project, they are working on the .NET project, they are working on the PHP, they are working on the Python project, they are working on the Node.js project, and so on. Okay, basically your developers are write their code in different platforms. For that, you have to set up the CI/CD pipeline for the each and every job. So as a DevOps engineer, you will work in the multiple projects. So if you are using only Jenkins master, so this is your Jenkins master. You can assume it is a Jenkins master. Okay. So as of now, just we see in the how to build the jobs in the Jenkins master only. But as a best practice in the organization, we will not build any jobs on the Jenkins master. We will build the jobs on the Jenkins nodes. Why we set up the Jenkins master and node? Because whenever you are working with the multiple projects, you need to set up the multiple platforms into the Jenkins master if you wanted to build all the jobs in the Jenkins master. When all the platform jobs are running at the same time in the Jenkins master, maybe your Jenkins master will be down. So because of that, we will keep clean the Jenkins master. So in the Jenkins master, just we have only configurations. That's it. We will not build any Jenkins job in the Jenkins master. And also in the any server, maybe if you are taking the heavy server also, maybe you have the 2 executors or 4 executors, means you can build the minimum 4 jobs, a maximum 4 jobs in the Jenkins master. If developers are requesting more jobs, then you need to be in the waiting. Okay, instead of that, in the Jenkins we will set up the Jenkins master and nodes, and we will share the our workload. For example, we will set up a node for the Java and Maven, Java comma Maven node, and also we will set up the node for the .NET project. If we need the Node.js, then we will install and set up the Node.js node. Whenever we set up the job, so just we will share that, means we will tell that job to build your package or build your code onto the particular server. Means, for example, if you have the Java project, so you can build that project into the Java node. If you have the .NET project, so we will attach that .NET as a slave to our Jenkins master, and we will say only just you can build your job into the .NET. So in this way, whenever you need the different platform, we will set up the Jenkins node for that, and we will attach that node to our Jenkins master, and we will distribute our job into that particular node. So let's see how we can set up that node to the Jenkins master in the practical way. For this, we need the one instance. You can create one instance anywhere. Okay, I had created the Ubuntu instance into the AWS, and now we will see how to connect that Ubuntu instance into our Jenkins master. For connecting this, we need the Java installed in node server. Okay, Whenever you are setting the Jenkins node, just we required the only Java. After that, you can install based on your platform. You can install your softwares and you can start building the your project. So now we will see how to connect that node to the our Jenkins master. I had created the one machine. So now you can see I had created the Jenkins node as a in the our AWS environment. So you can create the Jenkins node in any environment and you can attach that to the Jenkins master. So let's install the Java into the our node. So you can connect to that instance. First do the sudo apt update. Then you have to install the OpenJDK. I'm installing the OpenJDK 17. So it will take us some time to install the Java into the server. Once it is installed, we will configure this node to the Jenkins master as a slave. Okay, now you can check Java is installed or not. So OpenJDK 17 is installed into the my node. Okay, now go to the Jenkins server. Click on the manage Jenkins. Then click on the nodes. Then click on the new node for add the any node into the Jenkins master. Give the any name here. I am giving the Jenkins node and click on the permanent agent. Click on the create. So give the description here, any description. This is demo Jenkins node. Give the home directory. My home directory is the /home/ubuntu. If you are created the any other user, just you can give the that user home directory. Okay, and here you can give the label for the your node. I am giving the Jenkins node as a label. Use this node as much as possible, or I will select here only build job with the label expression matching. If your label is matched, then only you can build the job inside the our node. Okay. Click on the launch method. Click on the launch agent via SSH. Okay. Then you can give the public IP of your server here. If you are working in the private network, so you can give the private IP also. Click on your node. Get the public IP. Then if you are if you wanted to add the credential, just add, and here you can add your credentials here. You can, if you are having the username and password, you can set up your credential with the username password, but I am setting the credential with the our key. So because of that, you can select here the SSH username with the private key. Then give the any name here. I'm giving the demo Jenkins node. Give the any description. Give the any description here. This ID will help you while selecting the credentials. After that description, my username is the Ubuntu. Treat that username as a secret. Then click on the private key. Add the private key. Just you can open your private key and my private key is the Linux practice. Click on this. Open with the notepad. Select all. Copy it. And paste the complete key here. Then click on the add. Okay. Just we had set up that credential ID is the demo Jenkins node. You can select it here. That is the credential for my server. Then here you can select the host key verification strategy is the non-verifying verification strategy. That's it. Then save it. Now you can see your node is up and running. Your node is connected, right? So it is not having any red mark or not having any cross mark here. Now, in this way, you can set up the node for your Jenkins master. But we will set up one sample job and we will see how to build the job into that server. Okay. Demo underscore node. Click on the freestyle. Restrict where this job project can be run. So it will allow us to enter our node name here. Then just I wanted to print the message. Echo. This is node demo. Save it and execute the job. So now you can see my job is executed. So now you can see building remotely on Jenkins node. So it is going inside that node and build my job. Okay. So in this way you can set up the master slave in the Jenkins, and also you can set up the job and run that job into that node. So this is we set up the Jenkins job in the freestyle, but this is very helpful while we are writing our declarative pipeline in the Jenkins. So while writing the declarative pipeline, we will discuss once again. So distributed job. So that's it from my end today. Thank you for watching this video. If you are new on my channel, please subscribe the channel. Thank you. Hello all. Welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. Today we are going to discuss about the most important topic in the Jenkins. So that is the Jenkins pipeline. So till now we had understand how to create the freestyle jobs, how to run the freestyle jobs, how to set up the freestyle jobs, how to build the packages, how to set up the triggers, how to set up the parameters in the freestyle job. But whenever we are working with the real-time project, so there these concepts will be help us to write the Jenkins file. But whenever we are working in the project, mostly we will write the Jenkins files for automate our pipeline. Let's see how to write the Jenkins file for whichever we had learned in the previous sessions. Okay, if you are the new on my channel, please do subscribe the channel. If you are started watching today, so go and watch previous videos, then only you can understand this how to write the pipelines. Let's begin. Okay, so in the Jenkins we have the two kinds of pipelines. We can write the pipeline in the two way. One is the scripted pipeline. Second one is the declarative pipeline. In the scripted pipeline, when we use the scripted pipeline, this scripted pipeline is written in the completely Groovy scripting. Okay, here you can use the Groovy scripting knowledge. If you are good at in the Groovy scripting, so then you can prefer the scripted pipeline. But most of the people are follow the declarative pipeline. Okay, so let's see what is the syntax of these two ways of writing. First, we will see the syntax of the scripted pipeline. Just go into the Jenkins documentation. There they are given the some syntaxes. Okay, so this is the declarative pipeline syntax. And this is the scripted pipeline syntax. Just I had copied. So whenever we started writing the scripted pipeline start with the node. So whenever you see your pipeline has started with the node, so you can identify that is the scripted pipeline. Okay, sorry, here I had copied, so I have to copy this here. So for identification, so whenever our pipeline is started with the node, so you can think it is the scripted pipeline. In the scripted pipeline, after node, so here we have this stages, different stages we can write inside the node. Okay, but when coming to our declarative pipeline, so our declarative pipeline start with the pipeline. Inside the pipeline, agent is the mandatory. So here we have to write the where we wanted to run our pipeline. Means in the previous session we had seen how to configure the agents in the Jenkins, right? So after configuring that, we wanted to distribute our workload into the different agents. For example, we had different kinds of project. We have the Maven project, we have the Node.js project, we have the .NET projects. So you had configured the nodes for these projects. So you have to specify where this pipeline should be run. So that nodes label we had mentioned here. Okay, after that we have the stages. Inside the stages we have the stage. Okay, inside the stage we have the steps. Here we can write the actual steps what we are going to write. For example, we wanted to clone our Git repository. Those steps we write here. After that, for example, we wanted to package our project. So those steps we can write inside the steps. So here, whenever we wanted to write our declarative pipeline, our pipeline has started with the pipeline. Okay, after that curly braces, right? Then we will specify the agent. Here you can specify the agent label. So we will see how we can declare that. Now as of now you can take a none. Okay, then we have to define the stages. Inside the stages we have the stage. Okay, and we will give the here name of the stage, whatever we wanted to do. For example, I wanted to do the git clone, so that is the my stage name, for example, and curly braces open and curly braces close. Inside the stage we have to write the steps. Here we will write the our steps, whatever we wanted to write, those steps we will write. And after finish this stage we wanted to write another stage. Then second stage begins from the here. Here we will give the name for our stage. For example, I wanted to package the code, so I will give the name as the package. Then curly braces open and curly braces close. Inside the stage we have the steps, right? And here we will write the whatever goals we wanted to write, those goals we will write here. Okay, this is the syntax for the declarative pipeline. In the scripted pipeline, for example, our scripted pipeline start with the node. Okay, and if you wanted to specify the node name, here you can specify the your node name or label. For example, we have the label is a JDK. Assume our node label is the JDK. Then okay, now you can see, you can check your syntax here, right? After that we have the stage, right? Then we will give the name for the stage. For example, code is the my stage name. Then you can open the curly brace and close the curly brace. Inside that you directly write your steps. Here you can write the directly your steps. In this way you can write the scripted pipeline. But in this session we will go with the declarative pipeline. Okay, we will understand how we can write the declarative pipeline. For this, in this environment I had configured the Jenkins server, and I had configured the one node. That node name is node label is the node. Then I had installed the Java 17 and Maven 3.9. So these how to set up these things we already seen in the previous sessions. Okay, if you don't know, please go and watch those videos and set up the environment. Let's see, in the previous video we had taken the sample project and we create the package, right? So that sample project is available. If you wanted to practice, that is available into the my GitHub repository. My GitHub repository is the Cloud DevOps Guru 123.123. Inside that we have the simple Java Maven app. You can clone this into your local repository. Okay, then you can log in into the means you open that repository into your code. Okay, here for writing the pipeline I have to create the Jenkins file. This is not the mandatory name. If you wanted to write, if you wanted to give any name you can give, but you have to specify inside the pipeline. How we can specify that we will discuss in the further. Okay, whenever we wanted to automate our project using the Jenkins, so first of all you have to clone your project. Then inside the root folder there you have to write the Jenkins file. You have to create the Jenkins file. Inside that you have to write your pipeline script. Our declarative pipeline will be start with the pipeline, right? If you wanted to refer If you wanted to refer the steps, just you can search the pipeline syntax. Whenever you search the pipeline syntax, you will get the help for the syntaxes into the Jenkins. Okay, this documentation will help you. So this documentation link I will provide into the this pipeline in the comment section. Okay, if you wanted to follow that, you can. Okay, our pipeline starts with the pipeline. Inside the pipeline, we have to specify the agent. Just we will go to the agent section. How we can define the agent? We can define the agent using the agent. So we had configured the one node into the our Jenkins. That node's label is the, so we will check what is the label of the our node. Go to the manage Jenkins, nodes. Inside the node, you can check the label of your node. My node label is the node only, so it is not. My node label is the node. Okay, then here we can specify the agent, curly braces open and close, label, space, our label name, node is the my label name. Okay, so here you can check the syntaxes if you have any confusion. So here you can specify the any, node none, or labels. Now we are using the label. Okay, here you can see the example how we can write the agent with the label. So I had specified that into the my pipeline. Then we had configured the tool for the Maven. How we had configured that had we are already discussed, right? So go to the manage Jenkins. I had configured inside the tools. I wanted to run my project with the Maven 3.9. So I had configured this already. So just take this and we have to declare that into the our tool section. Whatever tools we are using, thus that tool section we will define into the here. Maven, which Maven we are using, that Maven's name, whatever we are configure that. So if you wanted to check the syntax, just go to the pipeline syntaxes, go to the tool section. Here it has given how we can specify that. So just we had written that one. Okay, then here we will start the stages. Inside the stages we have to write the stage. My first stage name is the source. I wanted to clone the our source code. Okay, then inside this we will write the our steps. Now I wanted to clone my repository. Okay, just for follow the steps into the your Jenkins, just you can search for the pipeline step reference. Okay, inside that I wanted to use the Git plugin. Just you can search the Git here. One minute. Pipeline steps, Git. Here you can see you are able to find out the Git plugin. Click on that. Here we have the different arguments. We have to specify the URL. If you wanted to pass the branch, you can specify that. Change logs. So these are the some arguments are available with our Git plugin. So here also it is given the example for us how we can use that. So now Git, I wanted to get the URL. First Git URL is the argument. Here I wanted to use my simple project URL. Get this URL. In the single quote, paste it. If you wanted to write anything in this step, just you can give the comma. Then second argument, I wanted to use the branch. My branch is the master. That's done. This step is done. Then second stage, I wanted to write the next stage. What we did in our freestyle job, just we had configure the project for the create the package, right? So now I wanted to create the package. Just we are reflecting what we did into the freestyle job. Same in the same way, I am writing our pipeline. Okay. Here inside the stage, we wanted to write the steps. Now I wanted to create the package, right? Here just you can go inside our steps reference. Here you can search for the Maven. But for the Maven, we are not able to get any core plugin. So if you are not getting any plugin, just you can go with the shell. If you get the plugin, that's okay. If you are not get the plugin, just you can go with the shell. If you are using the Windows, you can go with the PowerShell. Okay. Here you can see how we can pass it. If you are pass the script, that is also okay. If you are not pass the script, that is also okay inside the script. Here just I have given the sh mvn package. For create the package, we run the mvn package into the server, right? So in this way we can set up our pipeline. So let's see it will work or not. Git status, git add, git commit -m created pipeline. Just push the code into our repository origin master. Okay, now go to our repository, refresh it. Here you can see our pipeline code is the present. Now let's log in into our Jenkins and set up the pipeline job. Create a new job. Here give the demo -pipeline or give the any name. Click on the Python. Till now we use the freestyle project. Now we are clicking on the Python pipeline. Okay. If you wanted to create the pipeline project, you can click on the pipeline. If you wanted to create the freestyle, you can click on the freestyle. Now I wanted to create the pipeline project. So click on that. Click the OK. Give the description. This is demo project. Okay. So now you can go here. Here you have in the pipeline section, you have the two-way. So we had our Jenkins file in our repo. Because of that, we are selecting the pipeline script from the SCM. This is the standard way. You can follow this one only. Okay. And select here the Git repository. You specify the where is our repository. Click on this. Get the URL. Paste it here. We are not having any credential. If you have the credential, those are set up, you can select it here. How we had configure this credential for our node setup. So in that way you can configure that, and if you have the credential, any credential, you can set it up. Okay, I am not having the any credential because it is the public repository. Then here you can specify the branch. If you are using the different branch, that branch name you can specify here. Here it's automatically take the Jenkins file. If you are having the different file, that file name specify in the script path. Okay, for example, you are creating the different file for based on your environment, dev-jenkins file, qa-jenkins file, production-jenkins files. Then whenever you are creating the job, for which environment you are creating, though that environment's Jenkins file should mention here. Okay, then save the our project. Just click on the build now. Let's see our project will be built or not. So it's failed. So we will check why it is failed. Started by the DevOps, error unable to find the Jenkins file. Because let's see what name we are specified here. Jenkins file. Yeah, we had given the Jenkins file only. Go to the demo project, configure it. Jenkins file, okay. Build now. Error in the Groovy. Now you can see, yeah, okay, it is not taking as a comment. So if you need, so just you can search it. So I am removing that one. Okay, so let's add it and push the code into the repository. So if you get the issues, then only you can learn the subject. Don't hesitate to solve the issues. So now start the build. Again it is failing. So just go to the syntax. Okay, we are not having the colon here. Okay, add, commit and push. So in this way we can set it up our Jenkins pipeline project. So sometimes you will get the failures also. So based on the failures you have to resolve all the issues. Here we had set up our project for build the package, and it has built the package and saved into the in this location. Now next step I wanted to add into my project is that I wanted to archive the artifact. Okay, just go to the pipeline step reference. Here what I wanted to do, archive the artifact. Just you can search that. Click on this. Here you can see archive the artifact is our plugin name, and then we have to specify our artifact as the argument. Then we can specify our wherever our jar or var package is there, that path. So you can take this example. First of all, we will create the another one stage here. Just copy this one, paste it. Now I wanted to archive the artifact. I will give the stage name is the archive artifact. Archive the artifact. Okay, then I wanted to add this stage. What is the name of my package? If you want to specify the complete name of your package, just you can copy this one. It is created inside the target folder, so just you can paste it. Okay, in this way you can write the n number of stages into your Jenkins file. Now if you are having the surefire reports, means test reports you wanted to publish into your Jenkins, so that stage you can create into your pipeline. So based on your requirement you can create your pipeline steps. Okay, now just you can push the code, git add, git commit -m added artifact stage. Give some meaningful name, then git push origin master. Okay, now you had pushed the code into your repository. Just you can cross check that you had push or not. Yes, we get our code, updated code. Just go to our project and click on the build now. So now you can see our project is building. Project is successful. Now you can see our artifact is present inside our Jenkins job. So in this way you can write your pipeline. So also we learn how to define the parameters, right? Go to the syntaxes, pipeline syntax. Just you can click on the parameters. So it will give some idea how to create the parameters into the pipeline. In the previous sessions we had learned how to define the parameters and how to use those parameters inside our freestyle job. Now we will see how to define the parameter into the pipeline project and how we can use that into our Jenkins pipeline. Okay, here in the after tool section we will define our parameters, open curly braces and close curly braces. Okay, inside this we had defined the choice parameter for the Maven goals, right? You are remembering we had already created for our freestyle job. Same way we can create the choice parameter for our this pipeline project. Just copy this example. Based on our requirement we will modify that. name is the choice. Instead of choice, we will give the goal. Okay, in the goal, we wanted to give the goal like compile, then test, third one is the package, for example. So these options I wanted to specify here. Okay, then I wanted to use this parameter into my pipeline. So how we can use that, right? Here you can go to the, if you don't know, you can go to the parameter into the pipeline syntaxes. So here you can see how to use that. That example is given here. Okay, in the interpolation we have to use the dollar curly braces. Inside that we have to use the our parameter name. So now I wanted to use the parameter which is specified by the user. MVN, my parameter name is the goal. You can specify that parameter here. So now you can commit it and push the code into the Git repository. Git add, git commit -m added parameter. Git push origin master. Let's see it will work or not. First of all, we will check the code. Parameter section is there, right? Now go to your pipeline, but here it is not updated, right? It will not update first time. So just you can click on the build now. So it's failed. But now you can see here you get the build with parameter. Whenever you push the code first time, it will not update those parameters inside your pipeline, right? So now you can build the whenever we push the code without parameters, so just we get the only build now here option. But now if you are define the parameters, you will get the option here, the build with parameter. Just click on that. Now I wanted to package the code, so build. In this way you can do the parameterization. So here we are getting the issue with the parameters. Just go and check in the your pipeline. MVN $params goal. Okay, you have to specify the double quote. Okay, just push the code. Click on the build. Now it's working. So in this way you can set up the pipeline for any project, and you can write the pipeline as a code for any project in the declarative pipeline. Here we get the so many issues, right? So why? Because if we are not get the issues, so there is no DevOps. In the DevOps we will get the issues. So in this way also I had given some idea about how to resolve the issues into the Jenkins pipeline. So I made the mistake intentionally, so that will help you to troubleshoot the your pipelines. Okay, please focus on the how to write the Jenkins pipeline here, and please do the practice, and this is the very helpful while you are working in the your real world project. Thank you for watching this video. If you are the new, please do subscribe. If you have the any suggestions, please do the comment in the comment section. I will try to improve my sessions. Thank you. Hello all, welcome to the Cloud DevOps Guru channel. Today we are going to discuss about the user management in the Jenkins, and also we will discuss about the role-based authorization strategy in the Jenkins. So if you are new on my channel, please do subscribe the channel, and if you are new in the DevOps journey, if you are started today, please go and watch my previous videos which are I have started in the previous playlist. Okay, let's begin with the user management in the Jenkins. Whenever one user or whenever one employee is join in your organization or join in your team, so you have to create the Jenkins user for that team member, and you have to assign some credential, and you have to assign some permission to that user, and you have to pass that credential to that user. So let's think one developer is joining in your team, and you have to give the access to that developer to only develop the project, means only build the project. He cannot create the project, he cannot delete the project. In this way we will handle the permission based on the role. So let's see how we can create the user, how we can create the roles, how we can assign that role to that user. So in the practical way, let's log in into our Jenkins. Just I had created the Jenkins and logged in into that Jenkins. I have the one admin user, and I had created the two dummy jobs. Here one will be print the hi and one will be print the hello. So let's create the one user. Click on the manage Jenkins. Click on the user. Click on the create user. Here you can give the username, give any password, confirm that password, full name you can give any name, and give the name email of that user, and click on the create user. Now see, that user has created in the your Jenkins, right? So go to the dashboard and log out from the your user. Just I had logged out from the admin user and log in using the your just created user. Now he dev user can see everything, and he can also do anything because he is the also administrator user. So this is not the best practice, right? If you are giving someone as an admin user, he can create the projects, he can delete the projects, he can do anything in the Jenkins, right? So let's see, he can create the job or not. Dummy job. Just I will print the message here, echo. This is demo. Save it. And he can do anything. He can change the configuration, he can delete the project, he can rename, he can build. So let's see, we can build. It's success, right? So in this way he can do anything, but we will see how we can restrict this user using the role based strategy. Okay, just log out, log in with the admin user. Now you can see we had created the 3 jobs. Now go to the manage Jenkins. Are you able to see any role based strategy here? No. Means we are not having anything for the roles. But how we are managing our users and permissions, right? So just click on the security. Here you can see security realm is the Jenkins own user database. We are using the Jenkins own user database. If we wanted to change it, so we can change it here. Here we can use the LDAP user. If our user is created in the LDAP, he can log in and he can do anything, whatever we are given the permission based on that. And also we can use the Unix user and group database. We can select here anything. First of all, and also authorization, logged in user can do anything. Means if once we created the user, he will get full permission. So here we can give the permission based on the metrics based security, projects based security. But in the organization, most of the people use the role based strategy. Because of that, we will see how we can manage the role based strategy in the Jenkins. Okay, just go to the dashboard. For get the role based strategy in the Jenkins, we have to install the plugin. Click on the manage Jenkins, go to the plugin section. Available plugins. Here you can search for the role based authorization strategy and click on that and install it. Now you can see it is installing the role based strategy plugin in our Jenkins. It has successfully installed. Restart your Jenkins. So it is restarting our Jenkins server. Meanwhile, we will see what we seen. So just we had created the user and that user has become the administrator user in the Jenkins. Whenever we create the default user, he has become the administrator and he is able to do anything in the Jenkins, right? So login in the Jenkins. Go to the dashboard. Now go to the manage Jenkins. Now you can see anything are we able to see for the preparing schedule. Where is the role base, users, credentials? Click on the security. Here you can see we have to change the authorization strategy as a role-based strategy. Then save and apply. Now refresh your Jenkins. Here you can see we are able to see manage and assign the roles. So click on that. Here we have the only admin role, right? So admin has the administrator permission in the Jenkins. Now we will add the one role as the developer role. Okay, add it. Add items for the developer. Okay, save. Just we had created the role and we will give the only read permission to the role. Okay, save and apply. Just come out to the manage and assign roles. Then go to the assign role. Here you can add the user, your user. Just we had created the dev user, right? That user you can add it here and assign the role for him. I am assigning the developer role. Means he can only able to read the jobs or anything, but he cannot do anything. So just log out. Go to the dashboard. Just log out to the admin user and log in to the dev user. Now you can see just he is able to see only. Even he is not able to see the our jobs. Just I am given the read permission. He is not able to see anything. Just he is able to see the only history, my views, that's it. So just log out, log in as the admin user, and give the permission to read the jobs. Manage and assign role. Assign the role. No, manage the role. Inside the role, you can give the permission for the job, that is the read. Read the job. Then he can read the job. Okay, and save it and come back, log out to the admin user and log in as the dev user. Now you can see he is able to see the our jobs, but whenever click on the our job, he cannot able to build or he cannot able to change the configuration of our any job, right? Now you can see here. In this way you can manage the permission to that user, but he is only able to see. I wanted to give the build the job, but he cannot delete the job, right? just log in into the admin user, admin. Now go to the manage Jenkins. Go to the manage and assign the role. Now you can give the build job, but he cannot create the job and he cannot delete the job, right? Save it. Now you can log out to the our user and log in as the dev user. Now you can see, click on the any user and here you can see build now is the enabled. So just he can build the our job, but he cannot delete and he cannot change the configuration of our job. Okay, now so now in this way you can manage the Jenkins. So you can create the user, you can give the role based authorization to the user, and you can manage any kind of the user in the Jenkins. That's it from my end. I wanted to share with you. Thank you for watching this video. If you are the new on my channel, please do the subscribe the channel. Thank you.